Did you know that Sacramento is coming after the longest relationship with humanity? That's right. Man's best friend, the dog. Senate Bill 1041 is an egregious piece of legislation. And what do I mean by egregious? It's designed to separate man from his best friend when it comes to sporting in the field. And today we're privileged to have our legislative director, Roy Griffith, a longtime friend of mine and fellow hunter, who is here to talk to us about the ins and outs of this bill. We already have laws that prevent people from going out and using dogs to chase down mammals that include deer. But one of the things that you and I have talked about off camera on many times is this all started back in 2012, I believe, in trying to remove the ability to use dogs to go ahead and tree bears. And a lot of people said, well, they're never going to come for our dog. Isn't this just another incremental step to remove man's best friend from all activities in the field?
Absolutely. This is just the next bite of the apple. This is just the next step in their game. After they accomplish this, all they got to do is take out the word deer and put in any mammal. And then they just got to take out the word any mammal and put wildlife. So the simple change of the word deer with wildlife will mean that leave your duck dog at home, leave your upland game dog at home, and that's their ultimate goal, and I hope nobody's kidding themselves to think otherwise.
And it seems to me that in this, the people that are purporting this law and trying to do it under the guise that they're trying to save deer, but isn't it also true that right now in this state we're seeing that an overpopulation of predators that we used to be able to use our dogs to help corner and knock down the population, because those populations have exploded, we're actually losing more fawns today than we did back in 2012.
That's correct, Rick. Ever since the use of dogs to pursue bears was taken away, that's the best management tool to manage bear populations, is the use of dogs. Ever since that happened, for the last 6 years, we, the department, the state, has left anywhere between 300 to 400 bears a year on the landscape that are not being harvested. They have not met their quota of 1,700 bears since the use of dogs was taken away. So you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do the math, and just adding 400 bears a year to the population that their own scientists say should be harvested. These bears are now just very seriously impacting deer herds. They're doing way more damage to deer herds by not being managed than a companion dog or a hunting dog by the side of a licensed, regulated hunter. So you're absolutely right. Our lack of managing apex predators in California is leading to serious problems with our deer herds, way more so than any number of dogs with hunters could ever.
And it seems that most of the arguments being made by the people trying to push this bill are already in the status quo. So this bill really isn't designed what they're purporting to do. It's actually designed to remove dogs from the hunt. And more importantly, I want to touch on the word, because I'm getting some pushback here when I go out and talk to people. For you as former law enforcement, what does the term dispatch a dog mean?
Oh yeah, that's a real pretty way for saying kill. They should call it what it is. This bill gives the authority to kill your dog. My little terrier that stays right by my side and minds every command, can see a deer and she just trembles with excitement, but she doesn't go after the deer. That would be a violation of this section that should be implemented the way it is called for right now. And like I said, all my years of being a game warden, I never seen this a problem. I never seen this a case. I've never seen it as a ticket that I had to write. I was only honored to see these well-behaved dogs in the field with their companions and helping them recover game that would have otherwise likely not been recovered, which is even more of a crime in my opinion.
And another question, I want to go back to your former job as a game warden. Roy, is it possible for me, I'll just use my own dog, Rocky, a Labrador Retriever. I take Rocky out to go, as you know, upland game hunting. Does not upland game season and deer season both intersect as far as seasons and also as far as opportunity that often you can find pheasant in deer country?
Yeah, they certainly do. Mountain quail, valley quail, blue grouse. There's many upland game species that overlap with deer season. So this bill just creates an enforcement nightmare. I try to look at every piece of regulation, at least that I'm asked to review, as to what is this going to do to our game owners as far as enforceability. You know, they're talking about amending this bill already and allowing game recovery but not pursuit. When is a dog recovering and when is a dog in pursuit? You know, when is a dog my companion dog and when is it a hunting dog? You know, these are all the questions that would have to be answered to actually enforce this bad piece of legislation. And I don't like to hand our game wardens anything that's unenforceable and a mess to interpret. So you're absolutely right. I mean, you could be legally and lawfully hunting mountain quail with Rocky, your dog, up in the field. You could be hunting with your old grandfather's German drilling, which is a shotgun rifle combo, and you could be given a ticket potentially for pursuing deer because you have a means of taking a dog with you. So who knows, Rick? It's just a mess. It's a mess, but we have to nip it in the bud and not let it get out of this building.
And the final question I had for you is, does this have the potential to put lawful hunters in a dangerous situation with game wardens? Because I didn't see anything in the bill that said how they were going to get this message out. And I can tell you right now, if somebody shot my dog while hunting, I could honestly think that shot was intended for me, which could lead to negative consequences.
Yeah, it's a whole other thought for sure. And, you know, I'm proud to say I did my entire career for the most part as a game warden. Proud to have worked for the state, but I'll also tell you they are the worst with outreach and letting folks know when regulations change. You know, I've experienced that from both sides of the fence now, you know, having worked for the state and having been retired, just to see, you know, even some good stuff we've done. I mean, you know, we passed that great bill a couple of years ago to reduce the cost of tags for our youth for big game hunting. I've yet to see them put out a piece of information on that, and that was a feel-good thing. So, yeah, so the part of the problem is the state getting information out. The other part of the problem is folks receiving that information and acting on it. You're right. I mean, there's still people that try to bring deer into the state with brains and spinal cord included, you know, and telling our wardens at the check stations that they never heard of CWD or chronic wasting disease, or they can't bring critters in. So you're right, Rick. There's going to be a huge learning curve on this, and it'll probably be years before everybody got the message that they can't have a dog in the field with them.
Roy, I want to thank you for everything you're doing on behalf of all of our members here at the CRPA, because you have a horrific job dealing with some of these laws that there's no reason to put out there, that these people are trying to make a law that are absolutely egregious and go after some of the deepest, longest relationships. And I can't think of a longer relationship between humans and dogs on the planet, according to anybody in science. So kudos to everything you do, and we're eternally grateful.
Thanks, Amigo. I really appreciate it. Keep up the good work down there, too.
You too. Take care. And to those of you out there, thank you for tuning in this week to Did You Know? Of course, look down to the links below and share those far and wide. Join the CRPA at crpa.org and donate. The reason we need you to donate is we're fighting billionaires like George Soros and Michael Bloomberg in this state as they try to take this across the country and remove your Second Amendment and constitutional rights. Say no by donating to crpa.org. And remember, as always, be safe, shoot straight, and fight back for your rights.